I just watched the Resident Evil official teaser trailer for the upcoming Netflix TV series. I have a few things to say about it. First off, let me just say, I watched this thing 4 times now, and I just feel nothing, which is weird because I like Resident Evil. I've liked the movies, and I've liked a lot of the different supplemental things. I liked the most recent movie. It was kind of cheese. There was enough nods to the game that it was okay. But this one, with this official teaser trailer, it's very teasy because I don't know what's going on here. I don't really recognize the characters. I don't understand what this whole thing is about. The most I can get out of it is some kids were taken back in 2022, and then later on, some traumatic stuff happens to them. They grow up, and then it becomes 2036. After that, you just see a bunch of cuts to different monsters and different things. And it's just all goes by so quick that you don't really know what's going on. And I suppose that's the point of a teaser, is to not really give away too much. But what I wanted to discuss here was the way that the comments section was just ripping this movie apart, or TV show, I guess is what it is. So, look at these comments. It's genuinely impressive how RE movies keep fumbling such great source material. And the source material is pretty fun. And they just fumble it over and over again, right? They've never really captured what Resident Evil is. And I know there's got to be things that change when they make it into a movie. You can't just make the game into a movie. I mean, there's a lot of good source material there, but if you just purely transfer the game into a movie, there's not quite enough there to make it palpable to the person watching. Because part of what makes games so good is the immersive experience, because you are that character that you're playing as. And here you have to vicariously live through characters. So that becomes the challenge of the movie maker, is just how do I make it so the audience member cares enough about the main character that they're vicariously living through them. And that takes some setup and some story building, and it takes character development. Now, how do they keep messing it up? Good question, because they can definitely do it if they want to. It's impressive that Netflix makes previous Resident Evil live-action movies look like a masterpiece and have more love than this. And again, like I said, the last Resident Evil movie, at least you had some nods. This one, I didn't see really anything recognizable except for Umbrella as part of it. There was one little line that said something about Umbrella. LOL, why does Resident Evil keep getting the sci-fi treatment? It always felt more like a spooky gothic type feel. Claustrophobic intense, not so huge and explosion-y. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the idea of Resident Evil was never giant explosions and nonstop action. It was about creating a feeling of creepiness, not knowing what's going to be around the next corner. And then sometimes there would be maybe a horde around the next corner, and that would be scary in itself, is the horde that's hiding right around the next corner. But it never was about the giant explosions. There was some within the series. You get a rocket launcher and things like that, and the helicopter crashes into buildings. There is some big explosions, but that's more like a feature and not a mainstay. It's actually impressive that the Resident Evil can be anything now. They just need to have a few zombies and an Umbrella logo in there. And that's what I was saying. You can see zombies, you can see Umbrella, and that's about it. That's the only thing I recognize as Resident Evil. So they're basically taking the name and using the name to create attraction. And that's fair. If you own the license, attract people with the name, but at least give people, what they want, or something decent, right? So I'm going to hold judgment on this because there's not enough here to actually judge on and know what's going on. But from the trailer, I wouldn't know this was a Resident Evil movie if they didn't tell me. The biggest thing that bothers me is RE 1 through 3 have the most basic story of any zombie game to be made into a live action film or series that fans could love. Yet, somehow, it seems to be too difficult for studios to do that. Again, this person's saying they made the first 3 movies and this one doesn't even come close to the first 3 studio movies, which weren't even that close to the original games. So it's like they're getting further and further away from the source material as it goes on. As a massive Resident Evil Biohazard fan, this is making me cry, not in a good way. This has big, we bought the script and slap Resident Evil on it vibes. It should be a standalone series. So yeah, it's like this doesn't seem to be coming off good as Resident Evil. It's just some kind of weird zombie flick that might have little allusions to what Resident Evil is. It should be inspired by Resident Evil maybe. But, there are a few little things in there that look Resident Evil-y, so like I said, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt until it comes out, and I'll check it out and see what I think. This made Welcome to Raccoon City look like a golden masterpiece. A wise man once said, it's genuinely impressive how RE movies keep fumbling such great source material. When are they going to realize that Resident Evil isn't about zombies, but mysteries, solving, and elaborate escape room-esque puzzles that just happen to have zombies in it? That's fair. It's times like these I wish my favorite franchises never got popular. Yeah. they're not making this for the fans. They're making it to maybe get fans to repel against it, right? If you get enough fan backlash, people are going to watch it just from the hype. Like, why is this so bad? Why do people not like this? You're going to get that, and you're going to get the creators who are anti this kind of hype, and they're going to make videos on it, and it's going to cause more hype. These studios, they do know what they're doing, I think. Wow, why is it so hard for everyone to do Aria right? It's actually impressive. The source material is so deep and available. No need to take so many liberties. It's a zombie survival horror game. The story literally writes itself. How is it this difficult for supposed creative types to not keep screwing this up? This couldn't look less like Resident Evil. I don't get it. So yeah, I don't see any comments on here about how good this looks. This person says, let's not forget another factor here. Netflix adaptations of anything are horrendous. This couldn't go well in any way. We will take, bastardize, and overall destroy all of your favorite franchises in front of you, and you will like it. Signed, Netflix, probably. So that's what this is. All of this is just saying how awful this is. And as a Resident Evil fan, I mean, I can't disagree. Like, it doesn't look like Resident Evil to me. I just don't know how it's going to come out. I'll check out the first episode, or if it's a movie, I'll check out the movie. Let's hope it's better than it looks. Anyway, if you got any value out of this, leave a like. If you thought this was stupid, go ahead and dislike it. Leave a comment and let me know what you think of the Resident Evil series on Netflix. I'd love to hear what you think. Maybe you have a different take than all these people, and I'd love to hear that. I'm always open to hearing the other side of things, especially when it's maybe not such a popular side, because, you know, it makes you think, and you can share those things. I'd be happy to hear it. But if you're also in agreement with this, let's hear that too, because I want to know, where does everyone stand on this? Maybe there's just a bunch of people spamming and bombarding this with negative comments. It doesn't seem likely, but let me know. And finally, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and give us a subscribe if you're into it. If not, it's cool. We'll see you on the next one.